Hello there. Once again, it's Anton from Anton Bay. Thank you for once again joining me in the collection room. Going through some Alpha Flight comics today. If you like that, give me a like, maybe a subscribe. I hate to ask for that stuff, but you know what? It really helps. And, you know, sometimes my videos crack 100 and that's nice. Alpha Flight, we are past the John Byrne run of Alpha Flight. And we've gone into issue 32, starting with there. Heather started adopting the role of Vindicator and wearing the suit, leading the team in battle. And we're just progressing on from there. If you want to catch up on the series or any other multiple series from the past, just look through my channel backlog. I have plenty of videos going on back there. Let's see what's going on with Alpha Flight right now. Wowza. That is a nice starter page. We've got writer Bill Mantlo, Sal Buscema on the penciler. Everyone else, Jim Shooter, editor-in-chief. I've heard so many different opinions on Jim Shooter. I never know what to think. Look, it's Guardian, but Guardian's dead. Well, maybe, kinda. I mean, kinda. All right, now, looks like we finally got... what's his face coming back? The Master. And, well, maybe that's not the Master. These guys look like Atlanteans or some other, like, aqua species. But, I don't know. I give a lot of crap to John Byrne and his work on Alpha Flight because it seems like so much time was wasted. Like, we spent every issue in board meetings and in transits across town and conversations in people's living rooms. And there was almost no reason for this team to even exist. And I know I catch a lot of flack for my take on that, but as somebody who loves this series and has read it like multiple times, and this is the third time I've collected the full set, I do notice the stuff. And John Byrne wrote the best. I'll give him that. But it was so slow-paced that it was really hard to get through. But once you get through it, you get into much faster-paced stories that, I mean, that's satisfying in and of its own right. However, some of the decisions, and I'd say like maybe 50% of the writing choices and decisions were not very good. And you got some really bonehead story plays, like Puck being an old man cursed by a gypsy, or not a gypsy, the thing that lives in the lamp, genie in a bottle. And you get stuff like Mac being brought back from the dead multiple different ways. There's just some really like cringy, weird stuff. Here's Wolverine meeting Heather for the first time. You can kind of see why he gets a thing for redheads. Except, you know, she's got like the nerdy 70s glasses. But I also appreciate, like, unlike Jean Grey and a lot of other people, Heather is never really genuinely portrayed as like a super hottie, which so many of the like X-Men women are. She's usually, especially under Byrne's direction, was drawn as just a really ordinary, normal 80s gal. Uh-oh, ninjas. One down, one down. Marvel 25th anniversary. What a thing. They've been around for so much longer than that now. Honor. Who do we got? We got Puck. Little bitty Puck driving the thing. Got Box. Roger Box. Turns out to be a super creeper. Even though some of these stories are really dumb and terrible, and it's like, man, why did you take this direction? Why did you write this? This is so hack writing. It at least doesn't stay on that story very long, and you move on to the next one. Which, in my brain, that's how comics should be. You should be able to maybe have 1 or 2 issue story arc, complete a thought or a story in a single issue sometimes, and move on to the next. And if you know what, if that idea that you had was real stupid, give us a different idea next week or next month. You know, we don't have to just keep slogging on through the exact same thing forever. And if it's bad, we'll move on. Except for that one run of X-Men, the Chuck Dixon run. God, I couldn't make it through. That was when I died. I stopped reading. I like that Puck is back to his normal small self. He's easily one of the most likable characters of the team under John Byrne's writing, and he gets so much more unlikable after he leaves. So I'm giving some defense to Mr. Byrne. I've also heard through various reports that John Byrne did not like writing this book, and he didn't want to write it. Which I would believe, because I've read his stuff on like Sensational She-Hulk, and it is so good. And then you get to Alpha Flight, and it's so boring. And sometimes I'm just like, why did you hate it this bad? I thought you invented these characters, you know? Anyway, I'm just telling you what I've heard. I could be wrong. And even though I like John's art, you'll notice after he quits writing for the book, you almost never see these people in plain clothes anymore. They're always in their super uniforms because they're always doing super stuff. And Alpha Flight, you know, business. And under his stuff, they were never in battle. They were never doing anything. So they were always in just like street clothes. And it really felt like you weren't reading a superhero team book sometimes. When that is what we bought it for the Canadian version of the Avengers. The big fish. Oh, I just hate it when you get bitten by wolves. Talisman returns. I always thought she was more interesting than Michael, Two Young Men. And I always thought it was odd, like when we got those big sets of Alpha Flight figures, like we never got a Talisman. Even though like she's so on the team like forever. Literally one of the earliest characters. She appears within the first, I think, 10 issues. I was in there right away. But we get a shaman figure, but not a talisman. Oh, I apologize for the cough, man. It's been a rough go. Put those there. I love this cover because of the glowing skeletons. In this issue, Avengers and Doctor Strange. Not familiar with that outfit with Michael. And I do probably prefer Talisman on the team. That does make it predominantly female, I think, but still. I know at one point, I remember noting, I was like, man, almost the whole team is women except for like Madison Jeffries, and I think Puck isn't even on the team at one point, so it's just like Madison Jeffries is like the only dude left because North Star leaves at some point. We got Namor, which personally, Namor is never a bonus to any story. Like if Namor's in it, I'm just like, ugh, okay, well, Namor's here. Guess that means I'll have to read some sort of crossover thing. I've never been a fan of Namor at all. I don't say what you will about him. He looks like a cross between like Spock and Steven Seagal. And I don't like either of those characters, so when I see that, it hurts me. Plus the wing feet thing. Plus always hitting on Sue Storm. There's just a whole bunch of things about Namor that just, like, as a character, just, no thanks. I'm not into it. The little Speedo outfit and running around, none of it. Not having it. The ponytail, okay. I could rant on that guy for a long time, but that's not why we're here. We're gonna flip through some Alpha Flight. And, oh, God, Doctor Strange is here now, too. Well, that makes it a complete party. I guess we can count our little blessings that Disney hasn't, like, violated Alpha Flight in any way and made movies out of it. I love most Marvel movies, don't get me wrong. I just have a feeling like, man, would they do Alpha Flight justice? I don't know. If they'd have snuck them in, like, I don't know, like, before the big Thanos fight, and we'd had some Alpha Flight in there, I could maybe see it. At this point, I just feel like it'd be bad. Or maybe they could save it. I don't know. Maybe it could save Disney. Who knows? I don't know. Now I'm thinking of it, I'm like, well, this was a pretty cool property. All of Canada. You know, if you love Canada, Disney, you could make an Alpha Flight movie and, you know, make it not terrible. That would be good. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got. That's my next installment of Alpha Flight. I am going to try. I mean, it's a burn. It's a slow burn, but I'm going to try to do the full series. I've got all of it. It's just a matter of getting through it. And I enjoy it. I enjoy the books. Like I said, I've always loved this book. Even when I bag on it, of course I love it because I wouldn't own all of them if I didn't. And I wouldn't own them 3 times if I didn't. So anyway, if you like it, click a like, give me a comment. Those kind of things help. I just knocked a whole bunch of stuff over in my room. So that's my story. Bye.